Hey, this is week 11. We're not entirely caught up with the initial training plan because some bumps in the road, but we're getting close. And I mean, it's close enough. We're still running every day we're supposed to, still putting in the work. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Here's just a week in the life of a mediocre runner. April has been busy. This previous week, or whenever this comes out, the week before week 11, week 10, I put in 15 miles on Sunday for my long run. I never ran that ever in my life, but I did it. Felt good. Well, as good as it could have, I guess. I mean, it still kind of sucked, but it felt good to be like, oh, I can push myself with that limit. Can I push myself over that? Yeah, I guess we'll see. But anyway, this is the week after my longest week, so we'll see how that goes. At first, I was going to make this more of a recovery week, but I actually looked at the training plan and saw that the week after this one should be a recovery week. So it's a normal week, baby. Was the recovery walk. This is basically just making sure that my legs still work, making sure that nothing hurts too bad. This honestly felt a lot better than I could have ever hoped for, which was super promising. I mean, obviously I was sore, but I mean, that's gonna happen. And this is just a walk. Try to sit down a lot, try to enjoy the outside, try to kind of live in the moment, do some like hippy dippy stuff, meditate a little bit. But, just trying to be outside, be present. And then after this, which I don't include because I already showed that last video, but I stretch, I do all that massage gun after this, and then that's pretty much it for Monday. Now we get into is the recovery run. You might know this, the air quotes. Well, it's supposed to be a recovery run. No, it ended up not being it. My recovery run turned into a PR for my 5K. I feel like that's the case for most new runners because you start feeling good. First couple weeks suck. You're like, this sucks. Why would I even want to do this? But when you start feeling good, you just want to let loose. And when you do, it feels great, but it's not really good for you in the moment. But still did the run, still felt really good, which I was very happy about because like I said, the week before this, the most miles I ever ran in my life. So this 5K all out sprint, it felt like it wasn't that bad. But yeah, usually I should be taking this a lot slower, but f it, who cares? It feels good to let loose every once in a while. And then we're on now, Wednesday is when I realized, okay, this is actually going to be a normal week, but not going to be a recovery week. And this was somewhere between an easy and hard run. First 2 miles started off very good, but as it went on, it was more of a push to get to that end. A little bit sore too, because like I said, day previous on Tuesday, I went all out, which again, felt really good in the moment, but I was paying for it on this day. I still got it done, still, felt decent, relatively good. It was during this run where I was like, oh crap, this isn't a recovery run anymore, a recovery week. So when I got 3 miles, when I was going to stop, I said, F it, did one more. And it was hard, but that's good, that's real good. And I finished it, felt okay, and stretched and moved on. Now we move on to is when, I actually looked at the training plan and I should have been doing 5 miles. Should have did 5 miles on Tuesday, 6 miles on Wednesday, and then 5 miles on Thursday. Whatever. It is, like I said, you're still out there, you're still running. If you're not hitting it exactly, whatever, just do it the next week. As long as you're out there doing the thing, don't be that hard on yourself. Especially if it's your first time. So yeah, I looked at training plan, 5 miles. All right. So we went out for 5 miles. Reoccurring theme, I just go out way too fast. Something I really need to work on. But this run, yeah, I kind of paid for it a little bit. I got to around mile 3 and boom, my knee. In the moment, I thought something was really bad. I started getting flashbacks to when we first started, the whole debacle with my hip, and I was like, this is it. this is it. I'm done. All those kind of dark thoughts kind of come creeping into your head. But we've already been through this. We know how to deal with it. So even though I was hurting, I sat down for a bit, calmed down, took some deep breaths, and just kind of assessed the situation here. When I calmed down, I kind of went through my checklist of things, of pain points, and it didn't hit any of them. I mean, it hurt, right? But it was like, it's sore. It was a sore hurt. So I kind of got up, walked around a little bit, stretched out a bit, and ended up finishing the run, which I was very, very happy with myself. This would have happened a couple weeks ago, I probably would have walked home and cried. As soon as I got home, stretched out, did all my massaging, and looked up, knee pain. And sure enough, there's a million trillion resources out there. And one of them was like, hey, is your quad tight? I was like, maybe. So I kind of did some quad massages, and boom, sure enough, quad was extremely tight. Huge knot in my quad. So I got home and just took the massage gun and massaged that sucker for as long as I could. And obviously all over too. Just because one part hurts doesn't mean you neglect everything else. But I was very happy with myself, because even though I was panicking in the moment, as soon as I kind of sat down, recollected myself, stopped panicking, assessed the situation, and moved on. Next, we'll move on to, usually this is a rest day, kind of stretch day, but because of my knee, I wanted to get a little light, very light lifting in, like body weights, just stuff to get like my quad activated, and also do some stretching and all that kind of fun stuff. I didn't really record much of this because the gym was packed. Well, not packed, but I didn't want to be that one guy recording my stuff while people are looking at me. I don't know, man. It's embarrassing. I did some runner's lunges. Nothing crazy. Like I said, this is supposed to be a rest day, just so I could get in there and loosen up my quad and help relieve that knee pain. My quad was still very sore, but just walking around, I did not have that same knee pain from Thursday. And then we move on to, has been my designated lifting day. This is where I just do legs heavy. Try to get in there for at least an hour and a half. I usually kind of stay in there longer because kind of just zone out a little bit and enjoy the day. I try to get in there earlier so no one's in there. But of course, the day I wanted to actually record some workouts, people are in there. So unfortunately, I don't have as much stuff as I wanted to. I wanted to get a lot of my workouts and show you guys what I was doing. The gist of it is just a lot of mobility stuff. I'm not getting under a squat rack or anything like that. I'm doing lunges. I'm doing kettlebell squats. I'm doing these things.
Look at this dude.
I don't know what they're called. They're not deadlifts. They're basically deadlifts, but with dumbbells. What? I also do some core workouts as well. Get the abs in there. Some calf raises, just stuff to really bulletproof the legs. Oh, also ankle exercises as well. Trying to really get those babies strong. Trying to really hit every muscle in my leg. Throwing some push-ups because, man, I've been neglecting upper body. I am all legs, no torso as of right now. So I do try to throw in some push-ups, superset them in between my core workouts. And then I stretch for a while until I get bored of it or too hungry, and come up and just feast for breakfast. Make the biggest breakfast I possibly can. Get pancakes, eggs, sausage, just everything, and just get as full as possible. And then start the day. And that brings us to, these are my long run days, but today I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I want to do something a little different. I split it up. Let's get into the first one. First run, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This run sucked. I just was not in it. I didn't really go as fast as I wanted to, but my knee didn't hurt, which was huge. The breathing was a little off. It was kind of hard to get good deep breaths and whatever. I mean, excuses. It just wasn't, it was just an off day. But still finished it out. Got about 2 hours. Wanted to get 12 miles, but ended up only getting 10. Whatever. It is what it is. I still finished it. Got home, stretched, didn't die. Tried not to pass out. Ate a bunch again because, My other runs later in the day, so I got plenty of time to have that digest. Ran my errands, did the stuff I need to do after that first run, and then it was time for the second run. Unfortunately, it was like monsooning, and I already was having a bad time, so I was like, why would I want to go and torture myself even more? So I decided to torture myself on the treadmill. I think this was honestly worse than if I would have just stuck it out and went outside in the pouring rain. In that gym, it got so hot. I don't know if you can see it in any of the clips, but I was drenched. Like, I think I got more wet inside than I would have outside. I was disgusting. Like, I had sweat just flying off me. It was gross. I wasn't even going that fast either. I don't know. Whenever I'm on the treadmill, it feels like I'm working so much harder, but in reality, I'm going so much slower. I don't know if that's just me. And for this run, I wanted to get 8 miles, but surprise, didn't get it. Initially wanted to get 18 miles for today. Only ended up getting 16. Only got 6 miles on the treadmill, which I ran for an hour straight. And after my run in the morning, I was fine with it. Also, this is embarrassing, but my nipples were chafing so bad. Like, the worst. I've had like nipple chafe before, but like I'm usually outside, so I can just take off my shirt and be fine. But I was in a public gym. There was like other people in the gym with me. I'm not gonna be that guy sweating like a monster and then rip off my shirt running 5 miles on a treadmill. I'm not that guy, at least not yet. I just had to call it. I was like, either I scrape my nipples off or I run 2 more miles. And yeah, I had to make the executive decision, just call it there. I was happy with the 16 miles. Got more than I did the week before. Did 2 successful runs, 2 successful long runs in one day, and I was happy. Got back, did some more stretching, took a shower, and ate a bunch of food and passed out. But yeah, that was the week. Could have gone better. Looking back at it, I kind of wish I did the week before, just because that felt really good. That was a really good week. But they're not always going to be winners. And this wasn't the worst week. It just could have been better. I think one part that made it kind of suck a little bit more is because I had that thought that it was going to be a recovery week as I was going into it. And having that change midweek was, kind of tough. But we got over it. We still did it. We didn't hit our goals exactly, but we still did it. The next video will probably be during peak week, where I'll be running the most miles out of the training, finishing off the week with a 20 miler, which I'm looking forward to actually, because that's the run where it's like, okay, you can do that, you're ready for the marathon. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.